3 quirky articles from the French Dispatch magazine come to life, as told by their authors. The first is about a psychopathic prisoner painter and his muse guard. The second, college students stage a war for co-ed dorm rooms. And the last, the kidnapping of a police chief's son. Hey, everyone, welcome back to Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Rubeltop. I'm joined once again by Mr. Abel Panetta. Today, we'll be doing a quick take review of The French Dispatch, directed by Wes Anderson. So I saw this one.
Yeah, I tried to.
He couldn't make the premiere. He couldn't get his tux in time.
Yeah,
it was a whole hangover
that
situation.
Penguin suit really sucked.
Yeah,
left it on a roof.
So it'll be a one take this week since we didn't want to. We wanted to. It's a new movie.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it in the zeitgeist of our stuff.
Exactly. So this is a very interesting movie. You are aware of Wes Anderson's style.
I'm a fan of Wes Anderson's style.
So this is definitely a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
And I saw this in theaters, which is, I think, the only place you can watch it now, apparently.
Yeah, we're back.
Back to the way things used to be. All of his sets almost look like they're set in dollhouses. Even the outside.
Yeah, I wanted to make that comment. I'm actually just, I've seen all the trailers and stuff, and I'm just like, man, his sets are always immaculate. The color schemes are freaking nice. There's always these like dark pastels, if you want to say. Yeah,
so it even starts with the waiter making like drinks for everybody.
Yeah,
and you see him in the kitchen while like they're talking about the editor who's Bill Murray in this movie.
Okay,
and he has to like go up this like complicated dollhouse array of like multiple. It reminded me of like.
Is that how you watch the frame? Is it like one of those frames where it's panned out and you're kind of
like
watching?
It's one still. And the thing about this is it's all 4:3, so it's not even widescreen.
Oh, right.
I was wondering if they made this for IMAX. To be completely honest with you, so it's because it actually looked like he was like going up.
I see what you mean.
Up the thing, and that was like kind of how they got the audience ready for it. But it ended up being a little bit more of a Quentin Tarantino movie than I thought it would be.
Really?
It wasn't one linear story. It was actually like a prologue.
Okay.
Because there was about the articles and the authors who work at the French Dispatch, which was apparently supposed to be like the Post, like his love letter to the Post or something.
Yeah. That's great.
But it started with Owen Wilson, and he was like the reporter on the bike, and he was reporting about France.
Yeah.
Again, Midnight in Paris.
Yeah, Midnight in Paris.
But it was pretty cool because he kept on running into things, and he showed like the pigeons at night and the rats in the sewers, and sometimes some people like chasing him. He ended up in like the subway or something.
That's so random.
Yeah, it actually was, and it was pretty funny. It had his moments.
Yeah.
And then the second segment was the first long one, which is I called it The Prisoner Painter. There were subtitles for them, but everything went by really fast in this movie. Even I couldn't even take notes, to be honest with you.
Really?
Because everyone was talking so fast, and like a lot of it was in French too.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little weird. But yeah, so that one was Benicio del Toro was a painter prisoner who painted frescoes, but he painted them really abstractly.
Okay.
And somehow he ended up getting to the prison guard played by Leigh Seydoux. That's what her name ended up becoming his muse. So he ended up painting her nude.
Okay.
As a prisoner in the prison,
and she was the guard.
She was the guard. Yeah.
What the hell, Benicio?
Yeah. Right. What the hell, Wes Anderson?
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
came out of left field.
But anyway, what's his name? Speaking of Midnight in Paris again, also. Adrian Brody was in this movie, and he just happened to
notice that.
Yeah, he just happened to be the like a snooty art critic or snooty art salesman, and he went there to go look at the art by the prisoners.
What in the?
And he found
that is very Wes Anderson.
Yeah, and then he found it. And he found like this. It just looked like red blotches everywhere.
Yeah, and
it says like nude in like in the mess hall or something.
Yeah.
He's like, who painted this? And whoever painted this is like a genius. And then there was a whole like, so I want to buy your art. And he's like, you can't buy my art. It's not for sale. Of course it's for sale. It's why artists paint to sell their art. Yeah. There was like a whole like Frenchy like thing. And he showed his like cousins or his uncles, his rich uncles, like, what is this? What am I looking at? It's art. It's made by a prisoner who he's like tortured.
It's so ridiculous.
And then he went on like it was like a long article, and they went on a tirade about like his past, and they showed him like how he went crazy and how he was painting. And then like they're like, then he had like a psycho phase where they showed like a young him like painting himself. He was like sitting there too, just things like that. And then like a year or two went by, and they're like, he already had like imitators, and the imitators are probably better than him, but like it didn't matter. And then even his early work was starting to sell, and they showed like him, but like the one where he's painting himself.
What in the hell is going on, man?
Yeah,
that is very Wes Anderson for sure.
And then they tried to parole him, but they wouldn't, like that because like he murdered people. He killed people because there was like a fight in a bar, but he like took it to the next level or something.
Oh God, he's a crazy painter.
Yeah, and since his like girlfriend was like the guard or something, they were able to bribe a bunch of people. So they figured out a way that he could like continue like a whole artwork.
That's so freaking weird. That is just odd.
Yeah, a whole like, what do you call a whole gallery, I should say.
Inside the prison.
Yeah, so they snuck all the snooty art people to like sell like more art inside the prison.
Yeah.
And then they like saw all the art and like, oh my God, it's all so beautiful. It's all so perfect. And then like some old lady was like, wait a minute, I think he painted the walls. And they're like, what? And they look at the wall. He painted on the walls. Like that was the canvas. Oh, he's like, how are we gonna get these out of here?
Oh no.
So I would tell you,
so stupid, man.
Yeah, it was actually very, very interesting. It was nice seeing everyone on their most Wes Anderson-iest. I went with my friend who'd never seen a Wes Anderson movie, and she's like, "What should I expect?" She's like, "What should I expect from this?" I'm like, "Expect highbrow humor." Yeah,
highbrow humor and paintings in motion.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally what his movies are.
But yeah, it was dry humor, highbrow humor.
I love dry humor.
I saw this in Burbank. For some reason, not playing near us. Yeah. And I guess everyone there was like either Wes Anderson's like cousin or something, or his mom. They were drinking the Kool-Aid, like every single joke. Every single like
was roarous.
Yeah, roaring laughter.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
man.
every eyebrow that went up was a punchline.
Everyone had a champagne glass full of fart.
Yeah, exactly. It's like. Oh! I guess I'll have what he's having. Yeah. It's like
I'll have this.
Yeah, no, none of that. None of that. It's more like I'll have what he's having. That kind of humor.
That was good.
A lot of that stuff.
Oh man, that means I'm smug.
Yeah. Whereas our side of the aisle was just like. That's true. But anyway, yeah, it did have its moments. The second segment was this one was probably my least favorite one, just because I didn't really understand the plot a whole lot.
Okay.
Whereas the guy from Dune, Timothée Chalamet. Yeah. Chalamet.
Soon to be Willy Wonka.
Weird.
What?
I got the spinning top here somewhere. Anyway, he played a French college student, and I think they were going to war with the city, like Les Miserables style, like just like a bunch of like young people like going to war. But they weren't like war. It wasn't like a real war. Like it was like a student protest war.
Ow.
And they wanted to have co-ed dorms. At least that's the thing.
That's random.
That's what I thought was happening. But Timothée Chalamet was also sleeping with the author, which is Frances McDormand. In her Frances McDormand self.
So weird.
Yeah, so that one was kind of weird. It had a weird ending in which Timothée Chalamet died somehow. I'm not even sure if he died.
What?
But it was interesting. I think that was my least favorite one because not a whole lot happened in it, and they even cut away to like a play for a minute or something, some sort of army play that made like
that feels like the Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, so I almost think like if you can,
that was pretty good, man.
I got to put that button here.
Sorry, I know that movie so vividly that when you do that, I can see it happening the whole time.
I liked it in that movie when the animal went psycho and they just cut to him and his eyes are like were like scribbles. It was like that.
Was just straight scribbles, dude.
Just a scribble.
I don't know why, but I burst out loud laughing when I saw that scene. I was like, "Where did this even come from?"
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
Oh, that's good. That's some good stuff. I would drink that Kool-Aid.
But if you can fast forward a segment, fast forward that one, just because it's just like I don't know what's going on. I mean, I did, but like it's just like I don't know what's going on.
It sounds like you enjoyed the movie, man.
We'll talk. But anyway, the last one was the hostage situation, which Bill Murray had commissioned the author to write, played by Jeffrey Wright in this story.
Okay.
He wanted him to write a cooking piece about the cook for the police station.
Okay.
There's this world-renowned cook or whatever.
Worked for the police station?
His name was Nescafe, which... if you read it, though, it says Nescafe.
I see, right?
But it was funny watching it, and you hear everyone like, Nescafe was the greatest cook. The greatest cook that ever did cook. But anyway...
crap. Why is that funny?
What's his name? Who played the first Incredible Hulk? I don't think he's on here.
No,
not the first, but the second. The one that they retconned out of... Shoot.
Ed Norton?
Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Edward Norton kidnapped the police commissioner's son or something.
What the hell? Did he have a French mustache?
Oh, yeah. He was totally twirly.
Oh, nice.
He was totally Edward Norton.
He was totally Snidely Whiplash.
I'm not sure if he had I'm not sure if he did, though, but like, you can imagine him with it. And he had like a whole crew of like crazy actors.
Yeah.
And
that sounds great. Sounds like he just took his role from The Italian Job and just took it up a notch.
Yeah, I think what happened there, because like I said, they talk so fast, it's hard to like see, but like somehow they captured William Dafoe, who was like a banker.
What?
Yeah, William Dafoe played a really creepy prisoner.
Okay.
And I think what happened was he knew too much, so they were trying to get William Dafoe out of jail or something. So they captured the police commissioner's son, and the police commissioner's son was... this one was all right, just because it was a little more action-packed.
Yeah.
And the best part of this, there actually was a animated chase scene in this one.
That is so weird.
Yeah, there was a good animated chase scene. For some reason, they had this old school bodybuilder or like strongman.
Yeah.
Or like the black and white Pugsley black and white Pugsley like tank top.
Yeah, kind of like straight up like a carny.
Yeah, exactly.
Strongest man.
And he was always like on the hood of the car trying to like stop it. But I don't know where he came from. Like he was just some loose like cannon.
He just showed up.
Yeah, Michael Chiklis was just like hanging out like on set that day.
Like, hey, you want to pardon this?
Exactly.
I got a minute.
Yes, that was a little bit of fun. And then what happened was they ended up asking for the chef because the kid said he was hungry, but he'll only eat Nescafe's food. And they're like, oh, we hear Nescafe's food is the best. But he ended up cooking them all poison.
Oh, of course.
He killed like everyone except for like the kid and Edward Norton, who did like radishes because he poisoned the radishes.
What the hell?
Yeah, something like that.
So random, man.
It was very random. Like I said, very Quentin Tarantino-esque.
Yeah.
Just because it was just a bunch of stories. I don't think Wes Anderson has ever done this. Like,
well, I'm looking at the screenplay by here in the writing credits. I noticed that Jason Schwartzman is also part of the writing quadruplet here.
I haven't seen that guy. He might have shown him on camera, I think, in one scene in this one.
Really?
I think he was in the student one, now that I think about it.
That makes sense.
But it happened so fast that I
didn't register.
Didn't I think I saw him, but I didn't register where it was in post. So that was good. People talked fast. But it was fun. Bill Murray, a lot of it was for his obituary, which they said at the beginning of the story that he died, and then that might have been the end of the French Dispatch, and they had a running gag that said no crying. There was like a sign that said like no crying at the top. I forgot, some kid said something to Bill Murray at the very beginning, and then he said like, you're fired. And he's like, and then he pointed to the sign, no crying. He's like, oh, okay. And then when he died, like people wanted to cry, and they pointed the sign,
no crying.
No crying. Yeah. But anyway, that's been my quick take. I'll just give this one a letter grade.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to give it a B-.
Oh, that's pretty good.
A very artistic, highbrow comedy that is fun enough, but is a little too arty for the casual viewer.
I would say that sounds very appropriate.
Yeah.
Good, man.
And for some reason, it's only playing in Burbank, which is inconvenient.
Yeah, that's freaking annoying.
I just happened to be in Burbank that day anyway, so I got lucky. And this dude texted me. He's like, hey, man, why is the plague anywhere here? I'm like, oh, crap, it's not.
Yeah. I'm like, it's not like we live in some podunk town over here.
Yeah, man, we're in Redondo.
Yeah. There are many movie theaters.
Yeah, exactly.
Right up the hill from where we're at. It's ridiculous.
Anyway, that has been our quick take for the French Dispatch. I'm your host, Mark Rubalcaba, for Mr. Evo Panetta. You have just listened to Clubhouse Movies Podcast. We will catch you later.